This is another issue where I think like a very big losing issue for the Democrats. And I've had this discussion before. If you want, when Joe Biden got into office, the first thing he did on day one, does anyone remember one of his energy policies? He canceled the Keystone Pipeline. That's fine. You think it's an ecological disaster? That's you. Listen, you got elected to become president. You can do that. Oh, that's fine. Executive order. Then he made it so that you couldn't have any new leases on oil contracts. You guys can be quiet here for a second. Thank you. The new leases on oil contracts. And what happened subsequently is the price of oil started to fluctuate and went up pretty rapidly. Now, we still produced oil in this country. We're a net exporter of oil. That's what happened. But when you do that, and then additionally, you start spending money to send $175 billion to Ukraine, and you start spending money for stimulus checks, and by the way, the president has some influence over the Fed. You can't get off your dick to go tell the Fed to raise interest rates. When you do all those things and there's inflation, you need to own it. You need to own it. What I don't respect about this administration is if you want to say, well, we cut the Keystone Pipeline because it was an ecological disaster, that's fine, but take responsibility for what you did. And this administration has shamefully acted as if there's inflation and it wasn't their fault. 12 of the last 16 years, which political party has been in power? Do not tell me it's not your fault. Inflation is the biggest indicator here, and it's probably, if you want to say the one reason why Donald Trump might win this election, one reason above everyone else, it is the inflation issue. And the inflation issue is 17% year on year. I was 9% obviously in 1 year, and right now it's only about 3%. But don't sit there and act like the inflation wasn't your fault. MIT, a liberal university in Cambridge, Massachusetts, came out with a study saying that 42% of the reason why we have inflation was because of government spending. They basically putting a thumb right in the Biden administration's eye when they explain that. Again, if the Biden administration wants to say, well, yes, we spent this money, but it was for good reasons, that's fine. But now you take responsibility for what you did. And the reason why my gas prices and my groceries are more expensive is not because of random shit or because of COVID. It is because you spent more money. And if they had taken responsibility for that, I'd have a little bit more respect. But instead, I'm hearing Kamala Harris saying, we're going to drop the prices for everyday things. I'm like,
then do it.
You raised the prices. But it's like, but the thing is, how can I trust you? Even if I believed that you were going to do things to lower these prices, how can I trust you when you won't even admit it was your fault in the first place? How can I trust you as a candidate? That's my main issue. And if I'm a member of a working class family, how in the fuck am I going to vote for someone like that? I just don't understand. It's like take responsibility for what you did. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Down here.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what they were saying? If Trump was going to ruin America, he would have done it in his term, and if Biden and Kamala were going to make it better, they would have done it now. I mean, the last 3 years already, but what are they doing? They're just making it progressively worse and worse, and they're not just going to make it better right now just because she's the president.
Do you feel like life was better when from 2016 to 2020?
Oh yeah, when Trump was 100%. I wasn't able to vote back then, but I mean, I for sure was, especially the economy and everything. But that's just like basic that we can all see.